Welcome to the Philippines, the most beautiful place I've ever traveled to. In this video, I'm going to explore El Nido in the province of Palawan. My 2-week solo trip to the Philippines was split between time in El Nido, Coron, and Cebu, and this video covers just my 3 days in breathtaking El Nido. My journey started when I drove from my home in Parry Sound, Ontario, Canada, 2 hours south to the Toronto International Airport, and took a 6-hour flight to San Francisco, had a short layover, and then a 15.5-hour flight over to the capital city, Manila, Philippines. After traveling so long, I did stay in Manila that night, and then I jumped on another plane for a short 1.5-hour flight from Manila to El Nido the next morning. I picked the Cocoon Hotel to be my home base for the next 3 nights. I found the hotel to be very clean and comfortable, the staff were always friendly and accommodating, and they have breakfast included each morning. The room has all the amenities you need. Everything was clean, the bathroom was clean, except for the mess I made. You have the standard hotel safe, fridge, a super comfortable bed, and as a bonus, there's a balcony overlooking the pool. But as nice as this room is, I do not plan on spending much time in here. The location was great as well, being an easy walk to all the restaurants and clubs, and of course the beach. But my first task was to find the biggest, goofiest hat I could find so I didn't burn my nose in the sun. And I think I accomplished that goal. Once in the Philippines, my plan was to explore El Nido for 3 days, Coron for 3 days, and Cebu for 4 days before flying back to Manila for the long flight back to Canada. This is El Nido, the first video of 3, so please subscribe to my channel and like this video so you don't miss the future upcoming videos of Coron and Cebu. Keep watching to see me catch some graffiti artists in the act of giving this boat a new look. More about that later. There are a number of bars along the beach, but I found this one, appropriately named the Yacht WK Bar, to have a very relaxed vibe, and it's a great place to enjoy my new local favorite beer, Red Horse beer. Since part of my first day was taken up with the flight here and getting settled, I decided it would be best to start my island hopping tours early the next morning, which left the perfect amount of time to do the Terra Peak hike. And if I'm pronouncing that wrong, please correct me in the comments. Terra Peak gives the best view of El Nido town and the surrounding mountains, and you can walk to the start of the hike from downtown, no car or motorbike required. Since it is a protected area, it is a requirement that you hire a guide to take you to the top for safety reasons and to protect the natural beauty along the trail. It costs around 650 pesos or approximately $15.50 Canadian, which is well worth it. Although the hike is quite steep and it gives you a very good leg workout day, it's only approximately 20 or 30 minutes up and maybe 10 minutes back down. For the cost and the time it takes to do the hike, I highly recommend it. On my walk back to the hotel from the peak, in addition to all the motorcycles and scooters, and of course the endless options of street food, I learned something about the Philippines, that they love Christmas and they take it very seriously. As I would find out later, every town and island I visited had a big Christmas display and they go all out. As luck would have it, tonight was the lighting of the Christmas tree in El Nido, and I was definitely not going to miss that. The next morning, as I walked down to the beach to join my group for an amazing day of island hopping, I first enjoyed a random Christmas parade. For the island hopping tours, you have the option of choosing tour A, B, C, or D. Most people felt that tour C was the best all-around tour, so I chose that one. Our first stop was a little congested with people, but the beach was amazing and the views are spectacular. Tour C cost around 1,800 pesos or approximately $43 Canadian, and it's an all-day excursion with lunch included on one of the islands. Tour C includes stops at Helicopter Island, Hidden Beach, Secret Beach, Talisay Beach, and Matinlock Shrine. Our first stop was breathtaking, and after kayaking through the turquoise waters and looking up at the jagged limestone cliffs, it was a perfect time to launch the drone. What I didn't know is that my drone had some issues and I was about to completely lose control of the drone. I managed to salvage some footage, but for most of the flight the drone was losing signal, I had no visual on my screen, and it wasn't responding the way it normally does. Right here you can see the drone starts shaking and it completely loses control and starts flying directly into a bunch of trees until the obstacle avoidance kicked in and it hovered amongst the branches. A couple people that were with me on the tour quickly jumped into action, got their kayaks in the water, went over to where the drone was, and were ready to help. Thankfully, the signal was re-established. I was able to gain control and bring it in for a safe landing. Our next stop was to have lunch on a beach. I'm not quite sure which island this was, but it was a perfect spot to have a great meal, do some exploring, and we had some unexpected guests for lunch. The monkeys on the island were quite active, and they would come pretty close to us, checking us out, probably smelling the food, but they weren't aggressive and they didn't cause any problems. Well, with lunch done, it was time to pack up and head to our next island. The next stop was the perfect spot to do some snorkeling and exploring in the crystal clear water. We saw an assortment of fish, starfish, and even a glimpse of a turtle. This video does not do the place justice. After about an hour of swimming and exploring, it's time to swim back to the boat and head to our last destination, Hidden Beach. To get to the Hidden Beach, we would swim to the shore and walk through a cave that opened up on the other side to the well-named Hidden Beach. The water is shallow in the bay, but it's crystal clear and actually had a lot of fish, and it was fun to explore. I'm not sure what type of fish this is, but he was actually a bit aggressive and came over and bit me twice. It was a little bit wavy at this point, so the camera work is not the best, but I believe this is a type of sea slug. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. After island hopping all day, I thought I would go back and relax at my favorite beach bar, the Yacht WK Bar. There, we witnessed two graffiti artists leaving their mark on the shipwrecked yacht. The people I was chatting with didn't seem to think that the graffiti artists had any permission to paint on the boat, but I don't know that for sure. Just curious what other people think about the graffiti on this boat. Should they have done that or just left it alone as it was? Do you think that the graffiti makes the boat look better or not? Please leave your comments in the comments below. At the north end of the beach, there's a narrow road that leads to some resorts, and it's a beautiful walk to explore.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know. On
the walk, I saw a sign advertising a property for sale, and being in real estate, I couldn't help myself. I ended up finding someone in that direction that knew all about the lot. The person I spoke with said that the property had been sale for quite a while and felt it was overpriced. But at least I checked it out.
I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
In the Philippines, the locals seem to always be genuinely happy and friendly. I did not personally stay at the Friends Hostel, but it's one of the more popular ones in the area. Hostels today can offer a lot of great options for travelers, from your basic bed in a room of 8 or 10 bunk beds, even to a private room with a private bathroom. There are different options of comfort levels and price points, and this specific hostel is really close to the beach, and they have great food and coffee. The vibe at this hostel was more early 20s beach crowd. These motorcycle buggies are one of the main modes of transportation around the Philippines. They're economical, and as you can see, some of the owners take a lot of pride in their buggies. The next day was one of my favorite experiences in the Nido portion of my trip. I rented a motorcycle and set out to find some great beaches. Nacpan Beach is one of the more popular beaches in the area, and it's just a short 45-minute ride from El Nido. There is a fee for parking at the beach, which I believe was around 30 pesos or approximately 75 cents Canadian.
The sky is falling down.
The beach was surprisingly empty for being one of the more popular beaches, which is another great reason to travel to the Philippines in the off-season. I was here in the middle of December, and I was pretty close to having the beach all to myself. After a full afternoon of swimming and exploring the beach, it was time to grab some lunch at Kylas Kitchen before heading back on the bike to get back to town before dark. And as always, there's no shortage of random dogs soaking up the sun. The rules for driving in the Philippines are very different than what I'm used to in Canada. First of all, it seems like the rules of the road are more vague guidelines or suggestions rather than actual rules or laws. It's a bit of a free-for-all, but somehow it works. I didn't see a single case of what I would consider road rage or anybody getting upset when they're driving, but people do honk their horns. Honking your horns in the Philippines is more of a courtesy to do when you're passing someone so they know you're there, or if you're going around a blind corner, you honk your horn just in case someone's coming around the corner so they know you're coming. But before returning the motorcycle, I thought I'd take another quick drive around that narrow road at the north end of the beach, and maybe a quick drive through the town before it gets too dark. This is my third and final day in beautiful El Nido. My next stop is going to be in Coron, which is still in Palawan province. You can fly there or take a ferry. I chose to take the ferry, although it's almost 6 hours long, but it was very economical at only around 3,290 pesos or approximately 79 Canadian dollars. The fastest route on a journey is not necessarily the best. My next video will show you how I spent my 3 days in Coron, and you don't want to miss that video. Especially the island hopping tours are out of this world. And I met up with some amazing new friends, enjoyed local entertainment, and checked out the hot springs and some local hiking tours. After 3 days in Coron, I'll be flying over to Cebu and spending 4 amazing days there. If you've enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like the video and also subscribe to my channel so you won't miss the next 2 upcoming videos of my time in Coron and Cebu.